Thank you, big bro. All right, bro. Y'all niggas think Shea ruined basketball? Do y'all seriously think Shea ruined basketball? Come on, bro. Let's lock in. Let's talk about it, brother. Let's talk about it, brother. And also, bro, give me some video ideas in the chat, buddy. And while you down there, kiss that like button. You kiss the like button, I'll kiss you, nigga. Real life. On your lips, not even on your cheeks. Your lips. Make that little fart. Make that little queef. Make that little make that little Alright. Chris Paul. What is about shit?
Alright, let's do it.
Who the hell listens to Chris Paul?
Shea is the hardest guard in the NBA. You know, he's the hardest guy to cover one-on-one.
Behind me.
Steps back on the three. He's a sniper from anywhere on the court.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at basketball.
During
Yes, pretty good. Not that good though, buddy.
Used to invite a few of the younger Thunder players over to his place on off nights. They'd sit on the couch, put a game on the big screen, and Paul would have another one playing on his iPad. 2 games at once, and he wasn't just watching, he was teaching. He'd pause the broadcast and break down a pick and roll, point out a defender's tendency, explain why a specific screen angle created a mismatch 3 passes later. He'd quiz the guy.
Yeah, that nigga was really a genius.
Make them see basketball the way he saw it.
W
One of those
Mans.
guys on the couch was a 21-year-old
Bum ass nigga.
NBA season.
Bum bitch ass nigga.
Unbelievably smooth for someone that young. He'd been traded to Oklahoma City a week before Paul arrived.
Paul George headed to the Clippers. The Thunder gets Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, a 20-year-old promising second-year player.
Part of the Paul George deal that was supposed to begin a decade-long rebuild.
Get Pixel 10 on us with $300 off when you join Google.
Yeah, I hope that didn't hurt
Wireless.
nobody's ears.
Brainstorm ideas.
His name was Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, and Chris Paul.
Shea finger me, Alexander.
To believe. 5 years later, Gilgeous-Alexander is the reigning NBA MVP, the reigning NBA champion, and is averaging 31.5 points a game while leading the Thunder to the best record in the Western Conference for the 2nd straight season.
Only averaging 23 in the
Chris Paul
playoffs.
never won a championship
But they are in the finals,
20
though.
years. His
Eat my
40
sack.
And the thing that makes this story different from every other mentorship narrative
Chris
in
Paul
basketball
too,
is
nigga.
that it almost never happened. In the summer of 2019, Oklahoma City blew everything up. They traded Paul George to the Clippers for Gilgeous-Alexander and a mountain of draft picks.
They traded for Paul George tonight, and they are sending to Oklahoma City essentially a record collection of draft picks, 4 first-round picks, 4 unprotected future first-round picks, a protected future first-round pick, 2 pick swaps, and outstanding rookie point guard Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, Danilo Gallinari.
Days later, they sent Russell Westbrook to Houston for Chris Paul and more picks. In the span of a week, the Thunder went from a playoff team to a teardown project. Paul was 34. He had every reason to be frustrated. He'd just been shipped to a rebuilding team in a small market with no path to contention. Nobody expected him to care. The assumption was that he'd ride out his contract and get traded to a contender by the deadline. Instead, he did the opposite. He showed up every day like it was the most important season of his career, and he chose to pour everything he knew into the kid who was supposed to be Oklahoma City's future. The on-court stuff was obvious. Paul taught Gilgeous-Alexander how to control a game at walking pace, how to use the mid-range as a weapon when everyone else was launching threes, how to manipulate pick-and-roll coverage with footwork instead of athleticism, how to draw fouls. The last one became a signature.
Bro,
told Shea,
a signature.
Bro, you're 6'6".
That is the way of the
If I
game
think
for
this
this bum
is
ass.
one, you should be doing it. What are you doing here? But the real education happened off the court. Gilgeous-Alexander has said it multiple times. Chris Paul was the first person he'd ever been around who treated the lifestyle of being an NBA player like a discipline. How to eat, how to lift during the season, not just the summer, how to get treatment, how to study film with purpose instead of just watching it. One morning on an off day during an early road trip, Paul called him, "Let's go lift." Shea was confused. He thought lifting was a summer activity. Paul explained in detail why in-season lifting was essential for staying healthy, which muscles to target, and why. They became regular lifting partners after that. Paul also brought Lu Dort, the undrafted rookie, an iPad so he could study film properly. Because Dort was on a 2-way contract and couldn't afford one. That's who Chris Paul was in Oklahoma City. Not a bitter veteran running out the clock, a teacher who happened to still be one of the best point guards alive. That Thunder team was supposed to be the worst in the league. They finished 44-28, made the playoffs, took the Rockets to 7 games in the first round before James Harden blocked Dort's potential series-winning shot at the buzzer.
Dort for 3, blocked by Harden. Dort got it back, tried to throw it off.
Damn, bro. I still remember that. Look at Harden.
7th in MVP voting at 34 years old.
He don't got that shit no more though. His big old bum
He
ass.
wasn't Paul.
Bearded
It was Gilgeous
bitch.
Alexander.
Fucking
19
pussy.
points a game in his second year. A massive jump from his rookie season in LA. And everyone around the organization could see it. The kid was different. Then Paul was traded to Phoenix, and Gilgeous Alexander was on his own. The next 2 seasons, the Thunder tanked deliberately. OKC was stockpiling picks and developing young talent, and Shea was the centerpiece of it all. He averaged 23.7 points in his 3rd year, then 24.5 in his 4th. His efficiency climbed every season. His mid-range game became automatic. His free throw rate exploded just like Paul taught him. But the wins weren't there. The Thunder were losing on purpose, and for a player as competitive as Gilgeous Alexander, that's a test of patience that breaks most people. Stars on losing teams get frustrated. They request trades, they disengage. Shea never did. He just kept getting better, kept trusting the process that Sam Presti was building, kept coming to work the way Paul taught him to. And then everything turned. In 2023-24, the Thunder went from lottery
Oh, see
team
that
to the
pass?
#1 seed
Feel
in the
like
West.
me out there.
Gilgeous Alexander averaged over 30 points a game and finished 2nd in MVP voting. The roster Presti had built around him, Jalen Williams, Chet Holmgren, Luke
Bum,
Dort, the
bum,
pieces all
bum,
started
bum,
fitting together
bum.
at once. They lost in the
Fucking
second round to
bums,
Dallas.
nigga.
It stung.
None of them niggas is like me for real.
But the foundation was undeniable. The following year, 2024-25, they came back even better. Gilgeous Alexander won the MVP.
Last night, the Thunder's own Shea Gilgeous-Alexander was named the Kia NBA Most Valuable Player.
This seems like they're showing Shea love.
Conference.
I thought this was a
Minnesota, the
video
conference
on
finals,
hating
and then
on
in the
Shea.
NBA Finals against Indiana, they finished the job. The Oklahoma City Thunder won their first championship in franchise history.
The Thunder have taken the NBA by storm for the first time. The NBA champion resides in Oklahoma City.
And when Gilgeous Alexander was given his MVP trophy during that playoff run, he looked into the crowd and saw a familiar face sitting next to his wife. It was Chris Paul. He'd flown in for the ceremony without telling anyone. Caught me off guard, Shea said afterwards, smiling. I had to double take, but then I seen it was Chris. I was like, all right, cool.
It was amazing. Caught me off guard. I had to like double take. I was like, who's that sitting with my wife? I got a little tight, but then I seen
Thought he was gay.
This may be the last ad you ever see.
Fuck he getting tight for?
Ad block extension from
Paul was there for the final.
Thought he like diving on balls, this big
Years in the
bitch.
league, and he'd never won a ring himself, but there he
video,
was,
man.
watching the kid he mentored hold the trophy.
Finna
he
blow
never
some
could.
shit up.
That's part of the story that people don't sit with long enough. Chris Paul is one of the greatest point guards.
Hey, fuck Chris Paul, fuck Shea.
Full-time All-Star, Hall of
Fuck Chris Paul, fuck Shea, fuck this video.